So, I think Professor Oke puts the nail on the head. The quality of leadership is not the quality of educated people.
Yes.
So people can be educated, but still do not possess the appropriate leadership skills. So that distinction needs to be clear. The first challenge for me is the leadership recruitment process in the local governments. How do people emerge? Do they emerge through a contest or a selection or appointment? Now, if the process of emergence is not one that is democratic, to expect a democratic local government is a mirage. If you have financial autonomy and there is no political autonomy, you still have to deal with the challenges that you thought you have.
All right.
You have.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael. Yes. Right. Ezenwa,
I think first is that even if you have mineral resources in your state, you eventually will not be the one mining. You would either, Odo State created a company, an oil prospecting company at some point, which they later divested. States can create those companies and take the resources from their state. I think we make a fetish of some of the theories that we have carried over a period of time. The encumbrance. The question is the allocation, the resources that are accrued to the federal, is it spent by the federal alone? Currently, the ideal is something else. But what obtains today, those accruals that come from the resources of the country are not completely taken over by the federal. It is shared 52 to 48%, to the best of my knowledge. So I think this conversation has to be much more in the sense that what we have seen is the nature, the character, the complexion of the elite, the governing elite of our country, who are in the business of constantly outsourcing. People in the National Assembly will be making a conversation. They say government has not, government should, and then the man does not see himself as government. He thinks that the person that is government is the person in the executive. The states will say the government has not. He's talking about the protest. Many of the governors were saying that they were going to support the protest. Some of them even prepared to be part of the protest. Against who?
Themselves.
So the whole challenge is, for me, I am thinking more in terms of how do we begin to make most of the resources that is available to the states. The Constitution, Dr. Abayobi talked about 68 coming to the federal, 30 to the states. Within those things, there are concessions that, as we speak now, we are running almost the IMF World Bank, privatization, commercialization, and it doesn't have tribal marks. So if you are from anywhere, you can buy. You can buy. The states can also put money together and buy, some of those resources, because that's what they are running. So they permit to use that. The non-effectiveness of the states has been blamed on federal. But what needs to happen, like I keep saying, is that you need to galvanize the potentials that are within those states, the human potentials. So when you talk about education, educated people are being selected by the governors to go to the local governments to become, so until you have a serious political autonomy, by that I mean what kind of structure do you conduct local government elections? Okay. If the sects are not improved and empowered to conduct local government elections that are democratic. To expect democratic content from the people who occupy those positions will be a mirage.